Welcome back, wrestling fans. Let's dive into one of the most insane matches from AEW Double or Nothing 2025. The Anarchy in the Arena battle featuring the Death Riders versus the Young Bucks. Swerve Strickland, Samoa Joe, Willow Nightingale, Kenny Omega, Powerhouse Hobbs, and Shibata. This match had everything you could ask for from a hardcore spectacle. We saw staple guns, thumbtacks, and wild brawling spilling into the crowd. The atmosphere was electric, with two different songs playing at key moments, adding to the chaos. These superstars put their bodies on the line, literally. One of the most shocking moments was Swerve Strickland having his tongue stapled. Yes, stapled. There were staple shots to throats, a beer bottle smashed over Marina's head, and Kenny Omega delivering a breathtaking one-winged angel off the stage through an exploding table on Nick Jackson. The finish was unforgettable. Swerve Strickland strapped on two pairs of shoes loaded with thumbtacks and hit a brutal double footstomp on Matt Jackson to secure the pinfall. This match wasn't even the main event, but it stole the show and will be remembered as one of the most brutal, memorable bouts of the year. On paper, this match promised hard-hitting action, and that's exactly what we got. It was a fast-paced, back-and-forth battle with some intense moments. Jamie Hayter had a rough patch, slipping while pushing off the steel steps, but both women kept fighting through. Mercedes Moan ended the match with a nasty-looking DDT, planting Jamie Hayter hard on her head. Jamie sold it perfectly, making the finish look devastating. With this victory, Mercedes Moan earns a shot at the AEW Women's Championship against Toni Storm at All in Texas on July 12. This matchup is being called a dream match, one of the biggest women's matches in AEW history. Can't wait. In a surprising twist, Hangman Page came out on top. 4 months. Many believed Will Ospreay would be the one to win and go on to dethrone Jon Moxley as AEW World Heavyweight Champion at All in Texas. This result has some fans worried. Will Hangman be able to carry the title and keep the storyline exciting? Or will we be stuck longer with the Death Rider saga? Time will tell. Either way, this finish shocked a lot of fans and changes the direction for AEW's biggest title scene moving forward. Now, the main event of the night saw Hangman Page take on Will Ospreay in a tournament final with huge implications. Next up was a tag match featuring FTR against Daniel Garza and Nigel McGuinness, a solid bout, but with some noticeable issues. The match had great wrestling moments but dragged longer than necessary. A recurring storyline here is the build-up for Adam Copeland's upcoming return to face FTR at All in Texas. Daniel Garza continues to receive a strong push from AEW, but the fans don't seem fully on board yet. He's decent on the mic and in-ring but lacks that top-tier charisma. In the end, FTR got the win. Garcia didn't submit but passed out, keeping him strong without hurting FTR's momentum. While the match was solid, it raised questions about whether Garcia is ready for the spotlight AEW is giving him. Let's talk about the stretcher match between Ricochet and Mark Briscoe, a unique, intense battle that had fans talking. Mark Briscoe bled heavily from a bad blade job, one of the worst you'll see. There was a funny moment where Ricochet played Mr. Clean, cleaning the blood off Mark's head. The match featured some brutal spots, including Mark putting Ricochet through a table with an elbow. Both men worked hard but kept the match short. Ricochet finally got the win, giving him a much-needed first pay-per-view victory. This match showed Ricochet's perseverance and gave fans an exciting, action-packed bout despite some rough moments. The AEW Tag Team titles were defended by the Hurt Business against Dustin Rhodes and Sammy Guevara in a match that didn't quite meet expectations. On paper, this should have been competitive, but both the fans and wrestlers knew Dustin and Sammy stood little chance. The Hurt Business tried to garner sympathy to keep interest high, but it fell flat. MJF stole the show with constant interference and charm, making the match more entertaining. In fact, MJF's antics kept fans invested even as the challengers struggled to gain traction. The Hurt Business remained dominant, but MJF's interactions with Bobby Lashley post-match hinted at intriguing future developments. While the match itself was underwhelming, MJF's charisma saved the segment and kept the storyline moving. AEW fans were treated to a classic-style match as Kota Ibushi defended the Continental title against Mike Bailey. This match was a bit slow out of the gate. Kota Ibushi is known for longer matches where he gradually builds momentum, and that played out here. Mike Bailey kept up brilliantly, picking up the pace at key moments. Once the match hit the mid and late stages, the intensity soared. It was a solid contest with plenty of technical wrestling and exciting sequences. If you watch, Just skip the first 5 to 7 minutes, then enjoy a fantastic match that really catches fire. Finally, Toni Storm defended the AEW Women's World Championship against Mina Shirakawa in a hard-fought contest. Both competitors worked very hard, and the match delivered solid back-and-forth action. In a surprising post-match moment, the two kissed, a strange but memorable spot that got fans talking. This match is a key part of AEW's build toward the huge upcoming title bout between Toni Storm and Mercedes Moan at All in Texas. Both women are top stars, and Mercedes Moan is expected to eventually capture the Women's World Championship. This match continues to build the women's division to new heights with a showdown that could become one of AEW's biggest. This past weekend marked the explosive third episode of WWE's revamped Saturday Night's Main Event, delivering intense action and setting up major storylines moving forward. The night's climax came during the World Heavyweight Championship match between Jey Uso and Logan Paul, which quickly spiraled into chaos. Just as the match was heating up, WWE Champion John Cena stormed the ring, interrupting the contest and igniting the crowd. The disruption escalated further when former champion Cody Rhodes made a surprise return, marking his first appearance since losing to Cena at WrestleMania. Their unexpected involvement not only threw the match into disarray but also set the stage for a highly anticipated tag team showdown at the upcoming Money in the Bank pay-per-view. While the immediate fallout focuses on the Cena-Rhodes partnership and their entanglement with Logan Paul and Jey Uso, the episode also shined a spotlight on the burgeoning faction led by Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman. This powerhouse group has been gaining momentum, especially with the recent addition of Braun Breaker. Speculation regarding future members seems to have settled, at least for now, with Breaker appearing to solidify his role as a key figure in the faction's rise. Elsewhere on the card, John Cena's match against R-Truth served as a continuation of his rekindled rivalry with Rhodes, adding further layers to the ongoing narrative. Meanwhile, Zelina Vega continued her impressive run by defeating Chelsea Green once again, though fans and analysts alike are eager to see who will step up as the next challenger for the Women's United States Championship. One of the most talked about bouts was the steel cage match between Drew McIntyre and Damian Priest. The contest was brutal and hard-fought, but with McIntyre reportedly planning some time off, questions abound about the direction of both competitors in the near future. With the dust settling on this action-packed episode of Saturday Night's Main Event, WWE fans are left eagerly anticipating the next twists and turns in these evolving storylines. The road to Money in the Bank promises to be thrilling as alliances form, rivalries intensify, and new champions emerge. Last week, WWE made an unprecedented announcement that next year's WrestleMania location would no longer be New Orleans, as previously promoted by The Rock, but would instead return to Las Vegas. Reports indicate that Las Vegas is set to become a recurring host city for WrestleMania going forward. However, this decision has sparked debate among fans and wrestling veterans alike. Notably, Tommy Dreamer and Bully Ray shared their thoughts on whether Vince McMahon would have ever reversed an announced venue for WrestleMania. During a recent episode of Busted Open Radio, Dreamer expressed that changing the venue for WrestleMania would be in line with Vince McMahon's history of surprising decisions. He argued that McMahon is known for doing the unexpected, so switching locations wouldn't be out of character. Bully Ray, however, disagreed, saying that McMahon typically sticks to his announced plans when it comes to major events. Despite their differing views, both agreed there are certain boundaries Vince wouldn't cross. Dreamer pointed out that there are limits, referencing the extensive branding and advertising placed on the ring and venue setup, which Bully Ray also acknowledged as a significant factor. Historically, while Vince McMahon has never changed the host city after announcing it, there was a notable venue change for WrestleMania 7 in 1991. Originally scheduled for the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum, the event was moved to the nearby Los Angeles Memorial Sports Arena. WWE cited concerns related to SGT, Slaughter's character portraying an Iraqi sympathizer during the Gulf War, which reportedly led to threats against his family and prompted the venue switch.